We have been inundated with political ads since 2004, no? First time ads were allowed on television. All branding has some spin. May spin yan. But there has to be truth associated with the political ad. While it is possible to package a candidate entirely by spin, the truth has a way of coming out over the long haul. And when it comes out badly. Okay? So I always caution candidates, hindi pwedeng spin lang. Dapat may katotohanan yung ad. And believability is crucial, both in terms of content and in terms of message and in terms of the way it is crafted. Why do I say this? Many candidates have been burned by poorly done political ads in the past. And often it is too late to recalibrate and change ads once the bad ad has been put out.
Pangarap kong tuparin ang mga pangarap.
Pichay in 2007. Itanim sa Senado. Terrible ad. Terrible. No believability, no imagination, no message. Hindi na iboto mo yan. Hindi niya itanim mo. So, what is this? And then, he suddenly goes into agriculture. Never been associated with agriculture, has nothing to do with agriculture, just because Pichay is close to Pichay. Walang believability, walang truth at all. So, pinagtatawanan. Became, he was ridiculed and he spent fantastic amounts of money and lost miserably.
Alay ni Tol Mike Defensor.
Michael Defensor. Oh, walking tall. Ano ang gusto sabihin? Una-una yung walking tall, yung sining yun, ang demographics nun, yung edad natin, patanda ang demographics. For the younger people, they don't know that. Kasi yung tall gusto na utol, etc. Ginawang putol, kasi nasa DNA siya, ang bumutol ng puto, etc. Very poorly crafted ad. Very poorly. No connection with the candidate. No connection with what he has done in the past. Kahit na ulit-ulitin mo yan, wala. Of course, there's a caveat, no? Sometimes, even bad ads can give candidates traction. Kahit na hindi masyado maganda, basta paulit-ulit, positive traction. One of those running for the election this year, one of the senatorials, was asking me advice about ads. Kung lalo itong maganda, kung talaga ba itong perfect, sabi ko, depends on what kind of money you're talking about. If you have too much money on your hands, even a bad ad, if you do it every day, will make people recognize you. Depende sa pera. Pero kung konti ng pera, you better do a good ad. If you have too much money, then you can have a not so good ad and still get mileage out of it. Kasi ang importante sa ad, maipakilala ka. Tumaas ang awareness. That's the target of the ad. In fact, kung malakas na malakas ka during election, pwede huwag ka na maglabas ng ad at all. You can survive on the top 3 or 4. Remember, in 2004, I helped run the campaign of Nene Pimentel. We had so little money that every time our ad would come out, it was a celebration by itself. Chris Aquino gave her services for free, so libre na. Yung gumawa ng ad, wala din professional fee. And yet, we spent the least among all the winning candidates and went number 3. Only 2 candidates in the senatorial race of 2004 spent little money and won. Only Nene Pimentel and Lim landed in the top 12 na maliit ang gastos. Pinag-aralan yan after the election. There was a strong correlation between the amount used for political ads and the ranking of the candidates after the election. So the number 1 spent the most. And then pababa yung cost doon sa ranking. Kami lang ang kakaiba, si Nene Pimentel and Fred Lim lang. Kasi talagang walang pera. Okay?